Jill, when are you going to be coming back to my brother's house after being at your parents' place for so long? Hi there, Maya. His name's Little Man, right? Well, it's been 3 months now since you gave birth to Little Man there, right? Little Man? Yeah. There have been a few things going on here, and so I haven't been able to leave just yet. And my older brother is all right with you just staying there for that long and never coming back to him? Of course he is, and I'm not going to be here too much longer. Actually, it was him that told me to stay here a bit longer in the first place. I had some things that I needed help with, as well as needing to help with. Oh, is that so? So that's what's been going on there. What do you mean by that? Nothing in particular. I didn't mean to make that seem like anything, actually. I just thought that since it's been so long since you've left your parents' place, maybe you and my brother ended up getting a divorce or something serious? LOL. I see. Well, there's nothing like that going on between us, so don't worry. Your brother and I still love one another very much, and have even had a baby now to prove that. Well, that's too bad, actually. LOL. Ugh, it was only a matter of time. I knew you'd say something like that, Maya. I'm sure that you're trying to mess with me to make your feelings for me known, but because of how much you hate me for no reason, it's actually quite funny, LOL. What? Looks like my boy is waking up now, so I have to go and see if he needs any food. See ya. Axel, thank you for coming over here a few days ago. It was nice of you to bring all those snacks for us, as well as the blanket I'd asked for.
Hey, Jill, don't worry about it. How's your mum's lower back been doing? I know it was in pretty rough shape the last time I came over. Seems like she was still having a tough time bending over to grab things.
Actually, she's gotten a whole lot better now, which is a huge surprise for me. And I feel that me not being around the house anymore might be all right with her. She seems to have a hang on things again, and doesn't really ask me to help her either now. And she's even able to help my dad again, so that's some miraculous progress.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
But based on timing, there's still another 2 weeks, right? I know that I'll have to come back there at least once soon, but having to bring the baby with me might make it a bit of a challenge, and he's so used to being here now.
You have a good point there. I'm sure you want to get everything you need to taken care of quickly as possible. So it's better to not have our baby mixed in all the commotion.
Well, while I go, I'll make sure that my parents keep a good eye on him, and see if he even notices me being gone. That way I'll have my hands free and should get everything handled within a day.
Oh, well, if you do that, he might be alright. If you don't have a problem with doing that, then I'm totally on board.
Then I'll go ahead and have a talk with my parents about that and the plan. Since my mom's back is getting better, I think she won't mind spending the day alone with her grandbaby. LOL.
Alright. And when you have more details on what will happen with that, let me know. Now I need to start getting back to my office to finish up today's work.
Okay. Thank you for everything, Axel, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Jill? Are you on your way here right now?
Yeah? I took off just a half an hour ago in the car. And I'm at a rest stop right now going to the bathroom before getting back on the road.
I see.
Did something happen that I should be aware of?
Well, something that's a bit of a problem has come up. I was just asked to come into work today out of nowhere. I was told by my manager that one of our systems is having some issues and that I'm the only one that should know how to handle and fix said issue.
Oh, is that so? Well, that kind of hampers our plans a little.
I think if the issue is what I think it is, then I'll be able to come back home by later this evening.
All right. I'll do what I can when I arrive at the house. It'll probably take me a bit longer because I won't have you around to handle the heavy stuff.
I'm sorry about this, but try and take it easy. If need be, you can call my uncle and I'm sure he'll come to help.
I'll see how everything goes for me first. Good luck with work today, and I hope you're able to fix that issue soon. Jill! You're coming over right now, right? But be warned that you're not going to be able to get inside the house. Because this house is now going to be my house. I've already gone and sold all your things to a pawn shop just a bit ago, and used the money from your things to pay for the moving truck to bring all my furniture and stuff. LOL. Man, I was kicked out of that apartment I'd been living in before by myself, and this whole time I was looking for a good place to move into. But because of you guys, I've been able to move from that musty one-room apartment into this large and open place. I'm so lucky. Ah, and another thing. This house is going to be where my boyfriend and I start our romantic lives together, so you are not allowed to even step onto the property. LOL. Goodbye! LOL. What? Maya, what's all this about? What is this about a huge and open house? That's... Ah, you're finally responding to me. You took so long to reply, LOL. I was in my car driving home. But right now I've stopped at a gas station to take a break and grab some food. Maya, what are you doing in some stranger's house right now? I told you. Starting today and going forward, I'll be living here with my boyfriend. In other words, you no longer have a house of your own, so go on back to your parents' house, please. LOL. How did you get into the house with it being locked? I don't ever remember you having a key to the place. When we were all back at my parents' house a while back, I found the key in my brother's key case and stole it out of there for a few hours to make a duplicate. You've gone and done yet another needless thing. Why would you do something like that? Because you and my older brother are going to be getting divorced, right? Huh? Why would we do anything like that? Because the reason for you taking so long to come back to my brother is that you wanted to stay there with your parents because you don't love my brother anymore, right? And I've noticed that ever since you went back to your parents' place, my brother had to go there more and more often. That right there is something a man would do when he realizes that his wife is never coming home and wants a divorce. LOL. I can see that you've really gone off the rails and started making up a fake scenario, but there's a reason for me staying at my parents' house a bit longer. There have been a few things going on here that required me to stay. What are those few things? Well, to start off, after having my son, my health wasn't doing too well and my energy wasn't coming back. And after around 2 months of slowly getting my energy back and planning on going home, my mom ended up pulling her lower back pretty badly. And since I still had a bit of time left before I needed to go back to work, I decided I'd stay with my parents a bit longer and help my mom around the house. But my brother has been wanting to get a divorce now too, right? I know that for sure. Because I was at my parents' house for a longer time? That's right. I'm sorry, but you're just making things up now. I know I just told you this a second ago, but I took all your things and sold them to the nearby pawn shop. LOL. So now there's not a single thing of yours left in this house for you to get. LOL. I can see that you're set on the idea that all of those things you just sold were my things. The furniture, the appliances, clothing, and so on. That's right, LOL. When I came into this house, there was nothing in any of the other rooms besides the one with all your things. So I assume my brother already moved out and back to my mom and dad's place to prepare for the divorce, LOL. Well, all of that was stuff that I didn't need. Huh? A while back, we had planned on moving out of that house. While I was back at my parents' home waiting to have my baby, Axel worked to get the house all packed up so that we could move out. And that room closest to the front door was just where we placed all my unneeded things. And all the things we planned to have taken to our new house is being kept in a storage unit close by to the house. Huh? Is that right? I'm sure when you went and sold the desk in there and my drawers, there was nothing in them, right? Did you not notice that? Now that you mention it, the person at the pawn shop never said anything about needing to remove anything from inside them. And another thing, I was planning on coming back to that house to finish cleaning all of my stuff up and selling it myself, as well as to clean out the house and make it look relatively new again. But now that you've done a lot of that, you've helped me a bunch, LOL. Huh? And so for getting that all taken care of for me, you can go ahead and use the money you made selling my leftover things on whatever you want. Wait, could that have all been you trying to mess with me again by thinking that you could force me out of the house? Well, thanks for that. What the heck? You're just trying to act all tough now because I've stolen your house, LOL. Well, no matter what you try to say to me, my boyfriend and I are making this house ours now, and we're going to renovate it any way we please. Okay, do whatever you want with the place. You're still going to act tough in front of me? LOL. I'm not going to feel bad for you after doing this, so don't get your hopes up that you'll get the house back. Huh! We have already changed the name on the front of the house to ours, and we've gotten rid of all your things in this place. So no matter what, no matter how you try and cope with it, this is my house. If you come here, we'll call the police on you. LOL. I still have some things to say. What now? Huh? You can do whatever you want there, but only for today. Huh? I was only planning to use today to clean the place out and fix any issues that still might have plagued the house. But now that you guys have done most of that for me, I'll be handing the house back to the landlord tomorrow. Huh? Hand it over? To the landlord? Jill? What is going on now? An old man just came here and kicked the two of us out of the house. And just before he had the two of us kicked out, he told us to both clean all the corners of the house until it shined and there were no more stains. And everything we had just moved inside today, all the furniture and appliances, he had us take them all outside and into the yard. I had just made our room into a cute and beautiful space for my boyfriend and I, and that man had us tear it all down and ruin it. And at the end of all this, my boyfriend yelled at me saying he never asked to have something like this happen to him, and he ran off. What is wrong with this geezer? You still don't understand? What am I supposed to understand after all of this? Do you know who the owner of that house actually is? I do. This house belongs to my brother, right? He was the one that bought this whole house the moment you got married to him. I remember how it was so old and run down when he first bought it, but then he did a huge reformation on the house and made it look so nice that even I was jealous of it. And that's why I've come to take it now. Well, that house is the place that your brother and I have been renting from a distant uncle of yours. Huh? Jeez. I'm glad that I kept the fact that we were moving out a secret from you and your family for a while. If I'd told you about this all sooner, you might have started to act like even more of a spoiled brat, and we might have had to call the police on you or something for trying to trespass. Why would you do that? Because you'd be trespassing. Well, actually, you still have been since that's not our house. Maya, really, you've really done it this time. You're lying, right? Axel! Where did you and Jill move to now? Tell me the address, please.
What do you want? I don't have time for you right now, Maya.
I tried to talk with Jill some more about this, but I think she's gone and blocked me now. So I can only talk to you now, Axel.
By the way, just a few days ago, didn't our uncle have you taken care of after going into his house?
Well, I don't want to be around him anymore, and that's why I'm going to come to you now.
You think so?
At this point, I'd even be okay with living around some ugly hag like Jill, because I'd at least have a place to sleep. Ugh, if I don't hurry up, he's going to come and get me again. Tell me where your new house is now.
You think I'm going to let you come and live with us after you said such horrible things about my wife?
Huh?
For a while now, the two of us have been wanting to go overseas. And I think it's about that time.
Overseas?
Yep. I'm sure you were aware that I work in the same company as Jill does. But for a while now, we've had plans on moving out of the country to go live somewhere in Europe with our baby boy. So we're in New York at the moment, staying in a company house, getting some training so we can be relocated to an office over there.
New York? That's too far for me to drive all the way to.
Stop acting like a brat and go back to your uncle. I'm sure that he's willing to let you start working for a company he owns even.
He told me that I'd have to go to every floor of the office building and clean all the toilets on each floor for him, and I can't use the elevator.
Really? Well, that seems like a good way to get you to stop acting so spoiled and learn how to become a responsible young adult.
It's not good.
Do your best, Maya.
I don't want to. That last conversation that my husband and his sister had over text was later shown to me by him, but right after that, he told me that he really wants to move overseas now and get away from his sister as soon as possible. But I told him we still have training to complete yet, and that I want our boy to at least be 1 year old before we go, and so he'll have to wait. LOL. And as for Maya, who's now under the care of her distant uncle who's even allowed her to work for him, she's doing just as she'd said, and is having to clean toilets on every floor of that office building 3 times a day. And since she never was the kind of person to go out a lot and move, her body had a hard time keeping up with the stairs she had to go up and down, leaving her in pain as her muscles cramped up. But I've heard from Axel that the next thing his uncle has planned for her is that once she's gained the strength to start getting all the cleaning done on time, he'll begin to give her even more tasks so that she never feels the job is easy. And by doing that, she'll hopefully begin to have a change of heart and realize that she can't force her way into everything without there being consequences. I just hope that plan works, and that one day my son can meet his only aunt back in the US. But if that can't happen, it's probably for the better. LOL.
Hey sis, I need to tell you something. What is it? Well, Connor just got brought into the hospital. He did? Are you sure? Why is he at the hospital? He went on a work trip this morning. Did he get into a car accident on his way there or something? You could say that. What do you mean? Is he okay? What happened? So, he got rushed in with another woman and they both arrived naked. What do you mean, naked? With another woman? I don't understand. They were unconscious when they got here, but they're fully awake now. Tell me exactly what happened. I can't be too sure, but I'm pretty sure he was having an affair. They said that he was getting it on with the other woman in his car somewhere. They got ambushed by the woman's husband who was following them. The enraged husband apparently rammed his car into the car they were in. That's the story so far. So, they got into a car accident while they were trying to get it on? That scumbag! How could he be so disgusting? He has shame, acting like some animal on heat? I know, it's so messed up. And that's the thing with working at an ER. We see all kinds of messed up things, every nasty, screwed up second of it. Anyways, are you okay? I can't believe he'd do something like that. I thought everything was fine with you guys. What nasty things has he been hiding from you? I can't imagine what you must be going through right now. There really is no such thing as a perfect marriage. I should have known when he told me he was going on a work trip. That lying piece of trash! He was probably out there spending that time with that woman. Yeah, I hate to say it, sis. But I knew he would be trouble. He was a little too charming and good-looking for his own good. You were pretty head over heels about him, though. I don't think his looks have anything to do with him acting like such an idiot. I think he might just be born a cheating, lying womanizer. You really can't trust anyone anymore. There really isn't a good man left in this world. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to make him pay for this. Wow, look at you, and here I thought you'd be sobbing and running to him. Well, he made me this way. One nameless woman after another, I've frankly gotten used to his cheating ways. I'm not even all that surprised by this. So, what are you going to do now? I need some time to think. All right, sis. You look after yourself. Let me know if there's anything I can do. All right, thanks for telling me all of this. Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Woman, what's wrong with you? Your husband is at the ER. How dare you not come and check up on me?
Why would I check up on you? I have no interest in seeing you or your mistress naked.
No, did your sister blab about everything? Her and her big mouth. You're just like her, always nagging and talking behind people's backs.
The audacity! You're the one who was trying to get it on with your mistress in the car, having to be rushed into ER naked? You should have some shame. Don't you have anything to say to me?
Say what? Your blabbermouth sister already told you everything. If you're looking for an apology, forget it. Yeah, I had an affair, so what? It's just a fling. It doesn't mean anything. I just met up with that woman because she was around the area. It was her crazy husband that made everything a big mess, slamming into the car like a maniac. He made a fool out of himself and embarrassed everyone in the process. I swear, I'll sue him. I'll make him pay for what he did.
You were having an affair with his wife, and you want to sue him? You want to make him pay? You're the one who should be paying for what you've done. How on earth are you so self-absorbed? You would be lucky he doesn't come at you with everything he's got.
And like I was telling you, it was just a one-time thing. I don't even ever want to see her again. It's just life. I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it's really her husband's fault for not being able to satisfy her in the first place. If he was such a great guy, why would she even have an affair with me? He completely blew things out of proportion. I can't believe he made me come to the ER naked. What a drama queen. I'm the real victim here. He should really watch out for what he's got coming for him.
You sound like a totally self-centered psycho. You're completely insane.
That reminds me, I think the accident messed up that woman pretty bad. She's been talking gibberish. I think the concussion might have done something to her head. Oh well, more reason to never see her again. Let's just forget about everything that happened today, okay? Let's just go back to how things were.
Your narcissism is mind-blowing. You should know that you're not in such a good shape yourself. You're on a total bed rest and you call your mistress useless? Did you ever think about anyone else besides yourself?
My injury is temporary. I'll bounce back in no time. It might take a minute for me to get back to my old self, but all this is temporary nevertheless. With a little rehabilitation therapy, I'm all good, baby. You can thank my naturally athletic body for that.
What? You think you'll be fine after a little rehabilitation?
Yeah, that's what the doctor told me. He also told me to stay positive. I think that's to help me recover faster or whatever.
Wow, such a great doctor. Telling a lying cheater to stay positive. Well, I get it though. Because saying you're completely paralyzed from the waist down and will never be able to stand or walk would be something that might be a little too real to tell his narcissistic patient. You need to come to terms with what's going on.
What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? I know you're kind of mad, but you shouldn't make stuff up like that. That's mean.
I'm not making anything up, it's facts. Your doctor told me himself.
No way. He hasn't said anything like that to me.
The hospital called. They wanted to talk to his wife, so I went and had a little chat with your doctor.
You were at the hospital? And you didn't come to see how I was?
I didn't have it in me to face my husband who got injured while doing the dirty with his mistress. Is that so hard to believe?
What? Wait, so I'm really paralyzed from the waist down? I can't walk anymore? I thought this was just temporary. If you're joking, this isn't funny. Stop this nonsense right now. You're just angry at stuff, so you're lying to make me feel bad.
I don't need you to believe me, but tell me this. Can you move your legs right now? I didn't think so. You should at least have some idea. You're super in touch with your own body after all.
Nah, this is all just temporary.
All right, whatever helps you sleep at night. Because you'll do anything to make yourself feel better, right? Nothing bad can happen to you because you're just so important.
It's like you don't even like me anymore. I'm your husband. Think of the last 10 years we shared. Why aren't you acting like yourself? You need to stop lying and pretending that you don't care about me. I know you're just devastated right now. Your husband is paralyzed from the waist down. Be the good wife you've always been and get me some help.
Yeah, no. I really have no sympathy for you. I stopped being your loving wife a long time ago. There is no way anyone could care for a man who only ever cares about himself, always out there looking for the next broad that would give him the time of day. I am numb from all that you've put me through. I've had enough.
Who are you? Am I even talking to my wife right now? Since when have you become so ruthless? A real woman should care for her man. You're mine and I need you.
I am only a real woman to a loving and faithful man. You are neither of those things. Don't you dare claim me as your woman. I know all your antics. It's not gonna work.
I can't believe this. That's cold. I'm on bed rest, unable to move a muscle. I know you're angry about the stuff that's happened, but do you really have to be that evil? Do you know what my life is gonna be like now? Living as a paraplegic? As a disabled person? I'll never be able to stand up or even walk by myself. How on earth am I supposed to live like this?
You're disabled, not dead. I'm sure you'll be fine. You still seem to have that big mouth of yours.
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. How am I supposed to do anything now? This is just so humiliating. Everyone is gonna give me weird looks. I can't live like that.
Why not? I don't see this as being all that bad.
What?
Remember all the times you cheated on me? Whenever you got caught, you had the excuse of saying that it's just how it is, that you couldn't help it because that's just what men do. Telling me over and over that what's in your pants had a mind of its own, and somehow you sleeping with all those women wasn't your fault. Consider it problem solved. That thing of yours won't be giving you any more troubles now. No more flings, and no more marriages for you to ruin. I see that as a win for humanity.
Stop making stupid jokes. Now's really not the time. Are you really the woman that I've spent the last 10 years with? I just found out that I'll be paralyzed for the rest of my life, and you're saying that this is a win? Do you know how much I just want to end it all right now? How miserable I am?
Tell it to someone that cares. It's karma, sweetheart. You reap what you sow. All of your actions leading up to now finally caught up with you. I don't see why I should care about your feelings at all. You certainly didn't care. Not about me or our children, only yourself and whoever your next conquest was. Have you ever even thought about the suffering you caused? How many times I considered just ending everything?
That's not what I intended. I feel like you're just being petty. You should get over it. I know I did. The past is the past. My concern right now is that I'm freaking paralyzed. I don't care about karma or whatever you want to believe in. I don't care. I didn't ask for this. You better come to your senses quick. I need my wife right now.
No. I don't think I have it in me to look after you for the rest of my life. Sorry. I know better than to devote my life to a man who just isn't capable of thinking about anyone else but himself. So what are you going to do now? I doubt that you'll be going back to your job in that state that you're in. How are you even going to make a living, let alone even do basic things? Or are you more worried about the situation in your pants?
What do you mean by that?
I'm talking about your diapers, sweetheart. You'll now be wearing one for the rest of your life, and I doubt that you'll be able to change it yourself. I wonder whose job that's going to be. I mean, you could probably ask your parents. I wonder what they'll think about that. Or maybe you should call one of your girlfriends. See who might be up for the job. I know that it might be a little humiliating at first, but who knows? Someone out there might love you enough to volunteer. Time's ticking. You better get started on making those calls. There's a real woman that you always wanted out there. I believe in you.
Stop, please. I get it. You're upset with me right now. But please, I feel like I've suffered enough. I paid the price for all of the stupid things I did to you. Can't you see? Do you really have to be so cruel to me right now?
I suffered for over 10 years. The betrayal, neglect, the heartbreak, and you want me to have pity? If it weren't for the kids, I would have left you a long time ago. Our twins needed their father, no matter how pathetic he is. That was the only thing that kept me going, through all the years of pain. As much as I was dying inside, I did it for them.
Yes, just think about our kids, our little 4-year-old twins. They need me. They need their father in their lives. They would have no one to look up to if I was gone. Who will be there for them for their parent-teacher meetings, the plays, or whatever they do nowadays? I'm so glad that you finally came to your senses, honey. Let's do this together, like we always used to.
Our sons are 5 years old, not 4. You would know if you knew when their birthday was, which you clearly don't, because you'd never bother to show up at anything. And what, did you really say whatever they do nowadays? Do you even listen to yourself talk? You have never been there for our twins, always with the promises, yet never keeping a single one. Don't you dare pretend that you've been anything close to a father to our sons. When was the last time you even had a meal with them? Admit it, they've never been a priority to you. You were always out doing whatever felt good to you. I really should have left you a long time ago. Can't believe that I let this happen. To me, to our sons. You're a terrible husband and father. I want a divorce.
Absolutely not. Look, I'll do whatever you want me to do, please. I can't live without you. I won't divorce you.
I have all the means to file for a divorce, and it'll not be favorable for you. All your nasty text messages, the photos.
What?
You really thought you were being let off the hook all these years? I know you left an entire history of your dirty deeds on your phone, all your disgusting affairs with so many women. I have more than enough information to take you to court and get everything that I want from you. The years I've spent having to go through all of that, you have no idea the strength it took for me to even exist in the same space as you. Just like a fool, I'd hoped that one day you'd realize what horrible mistake you were making, that maybe I'd be able to forgive you. For the sake of our kids, somehow we might be able to make it work. But as they say, a leopard doesn't change its spots, and I was prepared for the worst. I really did wish that things could have worked out at some point, but I guess none of that matters now.
What are you saying? You're such a despicable woman. How could you say something like that? Here I am, learning that I'll be a paraplegic for the rest of my life, and you were doing what? Going through the dirt you have on me? I can't believe you'd plan something like that. You are pure evil.
Yep, sorry, it is what it is, right, honey?
You're sick.
I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. Knowing that all those years of pain you caused have eventually come back to bite you.
I don't believe this. You are out of your mind. This is not happening to me. You were preparing for this all this time?
Yep, consider this your punishment. I'm going through with the divorce whether you like it or not. You have no say in my decision. Save your whining for the court. Oh, and by the way, you better be prepared to pay for everything.
Why are you doing this? Do you not have an ounce of sympathy? I'm paraplegic. I won't be able to work or live alone. How am I going to feed myself or get a job? Please, you're being unreasonable right now. Don't you at least feel a little sorry for me?
Nope, not sorry at all. Like I said, it's karma. You reap what you sow. Oh, and speaking about money, I know you can pay for everything. You've been at the same company for the last 15 years. You can use the half of your severance to pay for whatever I'm asking. And the other half is alimony and child support.
But how will I live?
In case you didn't know, I have kids to feed and don't have time to think about you. Not that you'd know this. It's what a responsible parent does, putting their children first. I'm packing your stuff and sending it to your parents. As soon as you get discharged from the hospital, I'll be serving you the divorce papers. So you better get well soon, sweetheart. Once that's done, I never want to see you again. Whether you live out on the streets or move back in with your parents, I don't care. Just get out of my life. That's everything I wanted to say. This conversation is over. Don't contact me unless it's about the divorce. After that, I received the alimony and some portion of the child support from my ex-husband. Since he couldn't go back to his old job or get a new one, his parents agreed to pay the child support on his behalf. His parents also gave me a sincere apology. They were incredibly embarrassed and ashamed about how things unfolded, and promised me that they'll do everything they can to help me give our twins the best life possible. Although it might be foolish for me to say this, but I really do hope my ex-husband learns from all of this. That one day he'll realize how much pain and suffering he's caused others, to be able to feel remorse for his actions. Then maybe he'll finally start being a father to our sons.